Okay, another basic assumption of the dynamical systems is that motor behavior emerges from interaction of multiple subsystems. Okay, how did behavior occur in the hierarchical model? How do we produce behavior? No, it was the reflex model. How do we produce behavior using in the hierarchical model?
Brain.
Brain, all right. We used a brain to call up generalized motor programs. Okay, and all the information flowed one direction. So in contrast to that, we produce behavior within the dynamical system approach by this interaction between these multiple subsystems. I mean, obviously we have cardio, we have neuromuscular, muscular, skeletal, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, and somehow those all interact to allow us to produce movement. Okay, so that is a major difference philosophically from our brain controls everything. Okay, so a good example of interaction between multiple subsystems, and this was discovered by accident, was people that, what are they, like pentathlons and shooters? What's some other Olympic sports that they shoot? Is it just shooting?
Rifle?
That would be it, thank you. So there's rifle shooting, pistol shooting, the pentathlon does shooting. And so there were some people in the 70s that were trying to study, people that were effective shooters versus people that weren't effective shooters. So they went up there, did all these monitoring of the people that shot, and what did they find out? So they found out that the most accurate shooters pulled the trigger when?
In between heartbeats.
Right, in between heartbeats and in between breaths. Okay, so how'd you know that? God, beautiful. So there's all kind of knowledge out there you can gain. So most accurate shooters pull that trigger between heartbeats and between breaths. Okay, and what would be the advantage of that? Kind of from a biomechanical perspective, what would be the advantage?
You're relaxed.
Right, so you're relaxed, and what else are you?
There's less body movement.
Right, so that's the point where you're most stable. Okay, so between heartbeats and between breaths is when you're most stable. Your body has less sway. If I just stand up here and stand as straight as I can, I'm going to be moving back and forth constantly at a low frequency hertz. So I just have this small, you can see it now, but you can stand here, you don't really perceive me swaying, I don't think. But if we have the right equipment, then you could sense or you could detect that I was swaying. Okay, but the least amount of sway is between those heartbeats and breaths. Okay, and these shooters had learned that's when they were going to pull the trigger. So that is a good example of how these multiple subsystems work together. I mean, there you've involved the brain, the cardio, skeletal, all your muscles, all work together to perform the most optimal movement possible.